I belonged to a poetry group in South Hemsel, and someone had set the topic as control, and I thought, wow. Anyway, I was watching QVC channel, and I saw these ladies pulling on these control undies and looking fantastic with no bumps and lumps. So I thought, that's it, I'm going to write a poem about control undies. Right. My control undies are giving me the pip. I can't get the buggers over my hip. My control bra is doing my crusting. I can't get all of my busting. Wriggle and jiggle, squirm and wriggle. Super bug knickers, give me the bug. Now the jelly belly pushed in and the muffin top pushed out. Now the woman on the telly, she looked smashing. I look like a total car crashing spandex. That drastic elastic on which I have spent most of my plastic. Wriggle and tug, squirm and jiggle, super snug undies are giving me the bug. Step into them, they said. Don't put them over your head. I did. And now I'm stuck, wishing I were dead, dead embarrassed to tell, dead harassed in a drastic plastic elastic spandex shell. I willingly purchased these torture chambers of hope. Yes, I know I'm a dope. Control undies are a con. They won't come off once you get them on. I can't sneeze, I can't cough, I can't pee, I can't breathe in a roll-on that won't roll off. Ah, I see. QVC, there's a 30-day money-back guarantee. Wriggle and jiggle, squirm and tug. Super snug undies give you the bug. What a relief. They're off. They're gone. Back to the cellars of false dreams. Those spandex nightmares. I know I look a fright, but there. And with no doubts, I'll just let it all hang out. Jiggle and wriggle, squirm and tug. Super tug. Undies have been given the shove. Thank you. Now, this one's about me. Don't normally write about me, but they're and it's for people of a certain age. So anybody that has, you may not understand some of these, or maybe your granny told you about them on her knee. So it's called "I Come From," and I was inspired to write this from John Irving Clark's workshop. Right. So I went home on the bus and wrote this on the bus. And it is, I come from back-to-backs and cobbled streets, grannies in pinnies on doorsteps, holding babies up to the camera, granddads knocking out their pipes on the mantelpiece, mothers in curlers and headscarves, children playing out, chalking on pavements, playing whip and top and tig. I come from dripping and bread and crisp sandwiches, chips with beetroot vinegar and scraps, licorice sticks and penny lollies and stalks of rhubarb dipped in sugar, chicken only at Christmas and then out of a tin. I come from factories on every corner, gasometers, derelict buildings, fog, smog, where trams provided my lullaby. I come from grainy grey images of Andy Pandy on Grandma's tiny TV, and Rupert Bear and Beano Annuals, and the Bash Street Kids and Bunty, and popping bubbles of tar on hot days. I come from when the NHS was new, but polio and rickets were rife, nick combs and Durback soap, ringworm, scabies and gentian violet, cod liver oil and malt, but Yorkshire muck and grit. I come from when Monday was washing day, with wash tubs and mangles and sunlight soap and Dolly Blue and Robin Starch, and when soap powder came with free plastic flowers. I come from Belfast sinks and wooden draining boards, tin baths hanging on the wall, outside toilets, and torn up squares of the Radio Times. Touring cooking, cast iron ranges and open fires, and sewing machines with treadles. And the co-op divvy was a godsend. I come from the birth of rock and roll, when Elvis was the king and Lonnie and his skiffle group sang on the Rock Island Line, the Beatles, the best of music, and Radio Luxembourg on a cheap transistor radio. Through the crackles and the static, Gene Pitney was only 24 hours from Tulsa. And I wanted to be Bobby's girl, but he was dating Peggy Sue. And the night had 1,000 eyes. But I ran around with Dion, and the Everly Brothers woke me just in time. And Horace Batchelor promised we'd all win the pools. I come from leaving school at 15 with little education, walking straight into a job. The post-war baby boomers, one of the luckiest generation. Thank you. Right. Another silly one. About age. I think we've got a theme here. And it's called Age is Creeping Up, but I keep keeping on. And I tried to write this as a rap, but I just can't sustain it. So I'm just going to read it. Right, I'll just read. Father Time is creeping up, but he'll have a job keeping up with this hip, wicked great granny chick. There's no denying, you've got to keep on trying, so open up your eyes. I'm a sight for sore thighs. And let's not be too dramatic on age-related mathematic, because age is mind over matter, and I don't mind and I don't natter, 'cause you've got to be creative and never ever vegetative. So I'm grey, but I'm not blue. Gonna try something new. Gonna get a toy boy, fill me up with joy boy, maybe a tough guy, a little bit a rough guy. I'm not losing any marbles. I'm just gaining magic marvels. These are not any old wrinkles. These are crinkled twinkles. Am I ready for a tuck and a nip when I'm old and less hip? Am I ready for a nip and a tuck? No, I'm ready to run amok. I know what you're thinking, but I didn't say it. No, I'm ready to run amok, because I don't care what people think. I'm going to mix red with purple, green and pink. So what? I'm going to pot. I'm well preserved. I think not. Old age is misrepresented, so you can rest assured quite contented. So guys, let's not poke it. Put it in your pipe and smoke it. I'm going to live life in disgrace. I'm going to slap the slap on my face. So I'm losing out to gravity, but I'm hanging on to my sanity. Oh, what the heck? I've not got a full deck, but I've got a few cards up my sleeve yet, and I'm not wearing these clothes for a bet yet. There's nothing more you can say, 'cause I'm riding shotgun for Age UK. There's not much you can teach me, 'cause life is a peach tree, could be a plum, could be each tree. Now old Father Time is creeping up, but he'll have a job keeping up with a chick like me. And when things are grim and getting grimmer and the knob's fallen off your Sunday best Zimmer, so go on, give your hips a sexy wriggle and treat your cake hole to a giggle. Oh dear, I can hear you mutter, this old gal's an utter nutter. Ah, don't fuss, don't natter, 'cause like wine, we girls get better. So what? I'm carbon dated. But older gals are underrated. So if you should run to me, if you want some real bad company. Thank you. Am I doing okay at the time? Right, I think I did this one before, but I can't remember. This is I've never been able to cook. I cannot boil a 5-minute egg. And my children said to me, oh, please don't bake, please don't bake. I said, well, I'll sing to you. And they said, please don't sing, we'll eat the raspberry buns instead. So this is called My Terrible Cooking. Although I tried real hard, my kids have emotionally scarred. Food presentation was never great, just a pile of mush on the plate. Flatter than pancakes, my sponge cakes. Into the oven to rise, but falling flat before my eyes. But my pastry took the biscuit. Only plucky piranhas would risk it. They, with a chomp and a choke, would skulk off with their teeth all broke. Now the B-roll book was well used. Some would say, well abused. I followed the recipes, mix and batter, but Yorkshire puddings never flatter. Burnt outer, molten inner, never come to mind for dinner. Box full of recipe books, I've got 'em, but still that same old soggy bottom. My baking needs a hero. Marks out of 10, a sorry 0. Now raspberry buns, you cannot beat 'em. I made loads and made 'em eat 'em. On bended knees they pleaded, please, mum, please. Bake another dish, these are baked, break the teeth of those piranha fish. Please, ma'am, get in the mood and try to cook some decent food. Within them we're getting thinner, desperate for a decent dinner. But please, ma'am, they'd hiss, give that baking bowl a miss. Stop this war of attrition, we're paying out from malnutrition. I'm thinking, sod this for a laugh, I'll take my buns to the park. And the ducks swimming on the lake made a beeline for my cake. But for them, it was all too late. They gobbled up and sealed their fate. People goggled at the slaughter as the ducks sank under water. But for your information, I gave them mouth to beak resuscitation, and nevermore will they be done in by the weight of my rice pudding. I tried so hard to bake, but got rocks instead of cake. So there's I, do stop your whinging, or you'll be treated to my singing. All right, my cooking's a crime, but eat up and do your time. 'Cause I can't carry a tune in a bucket. So like the piranhas, wait for it, you better suck it. Thank you. So I do 2 more short ones, and am I okay for time? Right, this one is me being, going back to childhood, a sensible one. And it's called Beachcombing, and it's lovely to walk on the beach and just pick up bits of things. And this is what this is about. So it's a sensible one. When the sea rolls back a foamy blanket, there's a treasured pleasure to be found in a pebble's healing power. We paddle, we soak in the serenity, we trawl for the sea's bounty and collect tiny shards of willow-patterned, sea-smooth pots and plates, and reveal in shiny splendour sea-ground green glass, mussel shells that shine like rainbows after showers, and tiny yellow stones shimmering as if ocean gold, and shrouded in green strands like a sea wraith's trailing hair. Our toes explore nature's salty trophies. Our voices ring out in this sandy paradise. Laughing, we chance the icy waves. Shrieking, we retreat. Together, we make vibrant memories. Together, we celebrate our mother's son. Our power now absorbed, our buckets now full. We run to a welcoming towel and the prospect of an ice cream. Thank you.